Hi, this is Majinoni, and here's my review for Drifters #1. This is a manga by Kohta Hirano, and he's the guy who did Hellsing. So you'll see like a very familiar art style, but I hate to say this, unlike Hellsing, this manga really totally kicked total ass. Now, Hellsing is a great manga. It's got vampires, it's got undead, and lots of blood and carnage. This is just, I think, this is going to be, based on what I read, it's going to be like surprise after surprise with ass kicking along the way, because everybody in this book is going to be a person who can destroy things. Now, the basic premise with Drifters is this. The best way to describe it is just imagine you have an alternate universe or realm. It's full of like elves, dwarves, halflings, things like that. And you have different factions. I think they're called one was the Drifters, the other one was called End. Now, there's this guy on the cover here. His name is Shimazu Toyohisa. Now, this guy was actually a historical person, and he fought in. He's written in history. He's fighting in battles. Is a strong warrior, and eventually he was killed. And it starts off with that battle where he was killed. But what happens is as he's like walking through the forest, or not really a forest, but as he's walking through the land, he suddenly comes in this corridor, and there's this guy sitting there, and he's just doing some paperwork, and he basically sends him on his merry way. And then merry way means he goes through this doorway, and he goes to this realm. And basically what this guy, from what I can gather, is this guy is collecting historical people who kick ass to fight, on his side. And there's another person who's doing the exact same thing. Now, what is awesome about this character is he's just like, I'm going to kill you, give me your head, and there's blood and carnage. Wherever he goes, as you can see, there's blood and carnage. He's not a cowardly character. He runs into the path of spears to kill. Now, what was awesome about this is like, I did just a little bit of research after I read this, because I was like going, now I noticed this person is historical, because what he meets this guy named Oda Nobunaga, and he was a historical character in Japan. And he basically, there's like three people from Japan where they kind of band. I don't want to say they band together, but due to the circumstances beyond their control, they're together. And time moves at a very slow rate in this realm versus in the outside world. Now, from here, like, you had some elves who helped Toyohisa, and there was a rule that says, nobody touches the Drifters, nobody, gets near them, you don't talk to them, you don't help them, you don't do anything. Well, because these elven children did that, in order to save his life, their whole village gets basically ransacked by knights. And the heroes see this, see the fire of the village burning, and they're not going to stop. They're not going to stay and do nothing. So they go in and they start kicking some ass. And he's, again, say farewell to your head, I'm going to kill you, he's just shouting that, blood splattering everywhere, action, action, action. So this is like starting to lay the foundation of who these people are and in their world. Now, from there, this is where I kind of went, okay, this is like Lord of the Rings-ish, because you have this, basically you have this castle, and you have the Dark King, and then the Dark King has legions of orcs and dragons and goblins and whatnot, and he's attacking this castle. But inside the castle you have Hannibal, from Roman times. And with the Dark King's side, he's got some pretty impressive people also. He's got this guy, Hijikata Toshizo, which is this guy here. And this guy, he was I believe, the vice commander of the Shinsengumi. And the Shinsengumi were like a band of people in Japan during the turn of the century, where they had the black ships come in, the West coming in, and they were legendary for just cutting people down who did not belong in Kyoto, type thing. It was like the stories that come out today is basically it seemed like at night it rained blood because there was blood everywhere on the streets from the battles. So like the Shinsengumi, even though they're total badasses, they're love and hated. Some people love them in Japan, some people hate them. And I know that these guys were total, like, they just kicked ass. So on top of that, you also have Joan of Arc and what's her name, Natasha Romanoff. And so you're getting all these like historical people, and they're all going to be battling. And none of these people, I mean, these are going to end up being awesome fights, because none of these guys are pushovers who are just going to just drop dead type thing like this knight over here is. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing the fighting that's going to happen here. But the sad thing is, like, I know that the Dark King side's probably, since he's the evil side, he's probably going to lose. So, you're going to see probably Joan of Arc and these guys get killed. And Joan of Arc is awesome, and she's got fire and whatnot going on. So it's more than just swords and whatnot. Now, towards the end of the chapter here, they have a character from World War II, but I don't know who he is yet, coming in and joining the fight. This manga is awesome. It's full of action. I can't stress this enough. It is full of action. And there's historical people in here, so if you wanted to brush up on the, I don't want to say Easter eggs, but all the little special moments, I guess you can say, who these people are, then just Wikipedia all the people, the key characters in here, and then you'll learn a little bit about them. And the art, the Hellsing art I liked, but it started to get really tiresome, I guess you say. I didn't like all the heavy lights and darks, so I'm hoping that this book doesn't do the same thing to me. I noticed, like, same thing with the Hellsing, the art style. It goes, like, some of the faces I don't like some of the faces as much because of the way the eyes are with except with the thick lines and stuff. But I think with the excitement of what I'm anticipating is going to happen in this is just going to keep me going with this. But this is really good. This totally surpassed what I was hoping Drifters was going to be like, and I just hope that again it continues the storyline in terms of the action and the quality of the story. Anyways, that's my quick overview of Drifters. Rate the video up or down. Let me know what you think. If you like Hellsing, definitely like the video. Let me know what you think if you guys bought this. And actually, I was thinking if this was ever an anime, they probably couldn't do it as a TV show because it's too violent. They might have to do it as a OVA or a movie or something like they did with Hellsing. But let me know, and I'll try to do more manga reviews. I still have another few mangas that are lying around that I haven't touched yet, so I'll try to do those. So until next time.